My wife of 32 cheated on me and now she is grieving for her broken relationship with her lover. She confessed everything. How do you deal with this kind of situation when your partner is grieving for her lover? It feels like a double whammy, first being unfaithful and now grieving a 3-month-old relationship over ours. Do I have the right to get angry or do I have to grin and bear it? I am 30 and have been married to her for 3 years and she cheated on me with a coworker for 3 months, both emotional and physical cheating. Apparently she was going through some issues and trusted her, and then they crossed first through emotional cheating and finally physical cheating. To give my wife credit, she was the one who confessed. I could tell she was distant, but I thought she was stressed about her job. I was surprised, but we talked a lot and she was very apologetic and we decided to try to save our marriage. We also started therapy as part of that. And this is where my issue comes up. My wife said that she still misses the company and friendship of her AP and she can't just turn her feelings off. She has no contact with him and assured me that at no point she will reach out to him. Our therapist agreed with her, and said that even though the cheating should never have happened, it's a fact that real feelings were involved and it will take some time for her to get over it. I feel like a complete chump, guys. Here I am watching my wife grieving a breakup with the guy she cheated on me with. I can't even begin to describe how am I feeling. She has been very apologetic, has been open with her feelings and has given me access to her phone and social media accounts. So I am not really sure on how to proceed here. Anyone been in this situation before? I would love some advice here. Thank you. People always talk about the affair fog. Maybe it is real, but maybe it is really just some people that confuse grieving the loss of a relationship with the loss of an outlet that is sort of an emotional vacation. The AP probably never had to sit down and figure out how bills were going to get paid, the house cleaned, health issues, all the real parts of life. He got the leisure time. They probably never showed each other the side that isn't fun and beautiful. They only show what they want and only see what they want. They don't have to work at anything because it isn't permanent. It's like looking at a menu and ordering food instead of looking in the fridge and meal planning for the next week. Hopefully she doesn't trickle truth you. Maybe have some safeguards like papers drawn up. I have heard where some people just slap the divorce papers down to wake up the wayward so they can sort of slap the affair fog out of them. It may bring home for her what is really happening instead of this romance novel storyline they seem to think they are grieving. You don't have to even serve her. Just having them with you may be enough to shock her back to reality. Besides, nobody would blame you for being prepared for the worst. Or at least, the second worst. The worst has already happened. Good luck. RP, the AP probably never had to sit down and figure out how bills were going to be paid, the house cleaned, health issues, all the real parts of life. I agree 100% with you, but that's also what makes it so hard for me. As the BS I was putting in all that work, most all BS were. I was doing the work and the thing I cherished most was being given to someone else simply because they weren't. That was my love being taken, my affection, my respect, my desire. I worked for those, not him. Do I have a right to be upset or do I have to smile and bear it? You do have every right to be upset. Hell, you have every right to be fuming. As far as the smile and bear it, you don't have to do that either. Whatever you decide to do from here is solely up to you alone. Reconciliation is also up to you. When it comes to her though, I highly recommend not jumping on that ship too early. Even more if D-Day isn't far along. Right now you have to focus on yourself, clear your head, arrange your thoughts and emotions. It's only then I recommend you make a decision to try, for our life is definitely a lot better after breaking up and letting go of the real happiness begins. I am 29 years old and was married to my 30-something ex for 8 years. He cheated on me when I was pregnant with our second child in 2017 and I forgave him. I did therapy, I thought he would change, I caught him having an affair again in 2021 and I left him. I was extremely dependent on him for everything. He controlled our finances, my clothing, our routine, everything. Leaving him at first was absolutely terrifying as he had taken care of everything for so long. I truly did not know how to navigate the world. I married him quite young at 20 and I was extremely naive and had never been on my own, so I struggled a lot at the beginning. Thankfully, when I left I already had a career, doesn't pay much. Still, he made 75% of our family income, so I was terrified of being able to afford an attorney, but I did it. I saved money and hired a somewhat affordable local attorney who guided me through the divorce. I was able to obtain primary custody. Divorce finalized in May 2022. I lived with my mom from October 2021 until October 2022. I distinctly remember him telling me when I left that I'd never be able to succeed without him, that I'd never be able to afford an apartment for me and the kids, that everything I was thanks to him. That was my driving motivation to bust my body this year to make all my dreams happen on my own. I took extra jobs, sold my beloved truck, saved money like hell. Well, I am so happy to say it's true, you can definitely make it on your own. As a single dad. As a single mom. Your situation seems bleak right now, but you can make it. I'm pleased to say I closed on my home in October. A beautiful 1,400 square foot home on a 0.3 acre lot. Amazing neighborhood. The mortgage eats almost half of my monthly income, but I don't care. I'm happy. On my own. I did, on my own. I'm going to therapy every Saturday and I have a good routine with my sons. We get to come home every day and eat whatever we want and wear whatever we want and be loud and lazy. I'm even seeing a guy and I don't feel insecure. I'm loving my life right now. I'm so happy I decided to not forgive again. The hard work and struggle was completely worth it. I'm not sure how my life will develop in the next few years, but I am proud to say it will happen on my terms and I survived infidelity. Thank you all for being here for a stranger. I love you all and I hope you guys achieve success and peace. Which you will. Good night from TX. Good for you. I love to hear the success stories. You have a bright future. Your ex will always be a miserable narcissist. At least he's not your problem anymore. Yay. I'm happy to hear this. So proud of you. Now, don't go rushing back into marriage until you 100% know the new person. Just enjoy living your life and enjoy your independence and freedom. I'm betting your kids are so much happier too. Having a happy mommy has probably meant the world to them to the point of them thriving. So, anybody worth having will let you call the shots and not pressure you to give up your new happiness in any way. Best wishes, hope you and the kids have a wonderful Christmas. I love this so much. I think it's so important that people share these kinds of stories so that the ones who haven't yet had the courage over the fear of the unknown know that there really is a life outside of being mistreated and taken for granted every single day. Happiness is the best revenge of all. Congratulations, and thank you for sharing your story. Life tests us. It leaves scars. And in your case, muscle and grit. Every challenge you overcame changed you. You've walked through fire and were transformed. You're a better person now. And it's because your husband betrayed you. Isn't that crazy? I've read comments by people who have suffered horribly at some point in their lives who claimed that if given the chance that they would not go back and change anything. Imagine that, because suffering through those traumatic events got them to the place that they were, and they were grateful and happy with how things turned out. I don't believe in predestination. We make our own destinies. But I understand how people can look at the arc of their life stories, and they see that it was part of a plan, and that it was meant to be. For them, it makes the memories of the hard times a little easier to bear. Godspeed.